New Age deception number 9. Enlightenment is only about changing yourself. How much do you hear this in the New Age movement? Just worry about yourself. The whole process of enlightenment, it's only about changing yourself. That's it. That's all you can and should do. And what they'll tell people, moving on to slide 113 now, is the end goal of enlightenment is to feel good all the time. The whole process is about you feeling good all the time. Never having a negative emotion. Never having a negative emotion. It's about feeling good all the time. You should never feel bad. Feeling bad is bad. There's no role for bad feelings in the body, in the emotions. There's no role for anger. There's no rule for being upset about injustices taking place. No, we should purge all of that because, it's just an experience. There's no real right from wrong. These are judgments. These are dualisms. Yeah. The goal of enlightenment is to feel good all the time. You know what that is? That's total bullshit. Total bullshit. Okay? Because all this is an appeal to ego. An appeal to ego. Telling people what they want to hear. Enlightenment is only about changing yourself, and the goal of it is to feel good all the time. And don't tell me that's not what the New Age movement is teaching. Don't try to tell me that's not what they're teaching, because I've heard this from at least 100 New Age gurus and people who propagate this notion, who accept these teachings and are followers of these idiots. That is exactly what they are teaching enlightenment is. And enlightenment is nothing even remotely about that. Enlightenment is about learning what the truth is, taking the truth into yourself, and then helping other people to understand it. The work begins when you take it into yourself. Then you have a moral obligation to share it with other people and help them make that same transition that you made, because you are one with them. We are all one. We are all in the same situation together. So don't give me this nonsense that it's not about helping to change other people. Of course, you can't change them yourself. Only they can change themselves. But it is your responsibility to assist in that transformation by sharing the knowledge that you've learned and the tool set that you have learned to change yourself. So it is about taking that information to other people. And it is not about feeling good all the time. It is about feeling the emotion of anger when injustices are taking place to spur you on to right action. That is the role for anger, as we've already talked about. Most of all, what real enlightenment is about is responsibility to the truth. It's about more than responsibility to yourself. It's about more than a responsibility to other people. It's about more than responsibility to a whole civilization, a whole planetary society. It's about responsibility to truth. That has to come above all else, above any other allegiance. Allegiance to truth has to be first. And the truth of the current human condition, moving on to slide 116 now, the truth of the current human condition should make you feel uncomfortable. Where we're at is not pleasant. It should make you feel uncomfortable. In the movie The Matrix, Morpheus was offering Neo a choice between two pills. One represented continuing to buy the deception and the illusion and staying asleep, the blue pill, and the hidden truth that would wake him up and explain to him what had been done to humanity and where they were really at, which was horrible. And he says, before he gives it to them, remember, all I'm offering you is the truth. I'm not telling you that it's going to be pleasant and that you're going to like hearing it and that it's going to feel good to know the truth. I'm just offering you what the truth actually is. Which I think is a beautiful allegory. If for people who understand the allegory, who can decode it. Slide 117. We should use that discomfort to motivate ourselves to create real change in the world through our actions. Use that discomfort of how unpleasant the current human condition is. It shouldn't be that way. It should be changed. Know the difference between that which cannot be changed, natural law, and that which should be changed, the current human condition, because it is based in immorality and violence, and it should not continue the way that it is going. It should be changed. We should use all of our will to change it. So we do that by seeking the truth first and taking it into ourselves, and then speaking the truth to other people. It is about influencing change in other people. Slide number 118, seek the truth, then speak the truth. We don't have enough people speaking the truth to others. They're still in fear of what other people think about them. They're still in fear of what will happen to them if they get involved and take action. They're sitting with their thumbs up their ass, doing nothing, because they're afraid to get involved. It isn't about listening to someone else. It is about doing something yourself. Once you get what I'm saying, I don't care if you ever listen to another word I say. Get out and get involved and teach this to other people yourself. It isn't about listening to anybody. It's about putting the word out there for other people that need to get this. More people need to be doing that. Slide 119, it is our shared responsibility at this time to help to awaken others by continuously speaking the truth unapologetically, even if we feel burdened by this task, and even if it makes all of those involved feel uncomfortable. It is about rocking the boat. It is about making waves. It is about getting up in other people's face. They're asleep. Shake them awake if you have to. Do something that totally shakes them out of their comfort level to make them see it. People cannot unhear something. It doesn't matter how closed their mind is. It's a seed that goes into the subconscious, and it might sprout at some future point in time. It is your responsibility to plant that seed, if you do know the truth about what's going on. And this next slide, I think, is, this quote is one of my favorite quotes of all time by Carl Jung. Slide 120. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Making the darkness conscious. The latter procedure, however, making the darkness conscious, is disagreeable. It's disagreeable to most people. They don't want to do that work, and therefore not popular. Carl Jung. He is describing the great work, the great alchemical work, to help transition people out of darkness and into light, out of ignorance and into knowledge, out of slavery and into freedom. This is the true great work, and it is done by forcefully and unapologetically putting the information of the truth before people's eyes and before their ears, whether they want to hear it or not, whether they want to see it or not. It is about influencing the darkness, those who are in darkness, to become conscious and awakened. That is what the great work is. It is an act of will. It is an act of will. It will not happen automatically. It is not an automated process. It is not a process that just automatically occurs with no work. It requires constant work, constant effort. It requires sustained willpower. Sustained willpower. And above all, it requires courage. Getting out of fear. Courage is what it requires above all else. That is what the true great work is. And all you need to do is look around and find, and you will absolutely know that most people are not doing that work. I put the words "the true great work" over this quote in slide number 121. This is the true great work, and this is what most people in the world look like who are doing the true great work at this time. They look disillusioned. They look like they're ready to give up because this is what the people around them look like. They're totally asleep. They're totally asleep. They're not really conscious. They're not really getting the message because enough people aren't doing what the person there with his head in his hands is doing, trying to speak the truth to other people. He's awake. He recognizes other people are asleep. We need more people who are awake speaking the truth. There's a lot of people who are awake and are doing nothing. They are doing nothing. You need to get involved and speak the truth in whatever capacity that you can. This doesn't just mean to other people in your family. It means to strangers. It means to anybody that is capable of listening and hearing the message, which means, do you have eyes and ears? Well, then speak to them. Something cannot be unseen and something cannot be unheard. It is up to us to put the truth before people. It is their karma as to whether they accept the truth or not. Our work is to speak it, to learn it and speak it.